Welcome to the Healing Mirror, a place where truth isn't just spoken, it's felt. Where we don't just talk about love, emotions, or relationships, we reflect them with depth, softness, and soul. She is not a puzzle to solve. She is a language spoken in rhythm, in intuition, in pause. Behind every smile is a story she never told. Behind every silence, a storm she had to calm. You don't get to know a woman by questioning her. You get to know her by seeing what she hides and honoring it. This is not just a list of facts. This is an invitation to understand her soul. Here are 25 shocking psychological truths about women. Some subtle, some powerful, all real. Let's start out with emotional intelligence and intuition. 1. Women's brains are wired for empathy. They can detect emotional shifts in a room within seconds, often before anyone says a word. 2. Women have more mirror neurons than men. This makes them more emotionally responsive and sensitive to the emotions of others. 3. They process emotions in both hemispheres of the brain, meaning they can feel deeply, but also analyze and remember emotional patterns with startling accuracy. 4. Crying isn't a weakness, it's a neurological release. Women cry 4 to 5 times more than men, not because they're unstable, but because their bodies are more attuned to emotional detox. 5. A woman often senses danger before it becomes visible. Her gut feeling isn't mystical, it's a hyper-attuned survival trait. Now let's talk about their attraction, connection, and bonding 6. When a woman is attracted to someone, her pupils dilate. This is involuntary, a subconscious signal of desire. 7. Oxytocin, the bonding hormone, floods her brain during deep conversation, laughter, and physical touch. 8. If she laughs at your jokes often, she may not be flirting. She might be biologically bonding. 9. When a woman feels emotionally safe, her voice softens, her eyes hold longer, and her body unconsciously leans in. 10. True connection overrides appearance. Psychological studies show women rate emotional presence as more attractive than physical features over time. Now let's touch on their communication and perception. 11. Women are more sensitive to tone than words. She may forget what you said, but she'll never forget how you made her feel. 12. They interpret micro-expressions faster than men. That's why you can't fake it with her for long. 13. A woman may communicate indirectly, and not because she's evasive, but because her brain is trained to read between the lines. 14. Silence doesn't mean she's fine. Often it means she's protecting herself from saying what would cost too much to explain. 15. Women remember emotionally charged experiences more vividly and longer than men do. It's not holding a grudge, it's neurological imprinting. Now, let's talk about their trauma, resilience, and protection. 16. A woman who has been betrayed often develops hypervigilance. She doesn't trust easily, not because she can't, but because her nervous system now questions what once felt safe. 17. Women are more likely to develop anxiety disorders, not because they're fragile, but because they've spent generations absorbing emotions they weren't allowed to express. 18. Many women hide pain behind perfection. The strong woman often smiles the hardest because she's afraid to fall apart. 19. Women are more prone to fawning, a trauma response where they please others to stay safe. 20. After heartbreak, women often go inward, not to hide, but to rebuild. Now let's talk about a woman's love, safety, and feminine openings. 21. A woman opens sexually only when she feels emotionally safe. For her, Trust is the doorway. Desire is what follows. 22. When she talks about her past, she's testing to see if you'll hold her story with care or judgment. 23. If she shares silence with you comfortably, it means she trusts your presence more than your words. 24. Women biologically seek partners who can emotionally co-regulate. Safety is not just a want, it's a need wired into her biology. 25th. Her softness is not weakness. It is her highest intelligence. She offers it only when she senses she won't be harmed for being open. These are not just facts about women. They are echoes of her experience, reminders that softness holds strength, that silence has meaning, that love, real love, is a slow unraveling of the guarded soul. So the next time you find yourself wanting to understand her, don't just ask what she feels. Ask what made her feel that way. Because every woman is a mirror, reflecting not only who she is, but what the world has done to her. See her clearly, and you just might see yourself. This is the Healing Mirror, a sanctuary for emotional insight, soul-level connection, and quiet truth. If this spoke to something inside you, don't just watch, reflect with us. Subscribe, follow, come back whenever you forget who you are, or when you need to remember who they are. See you next time, friends.